Ferdinand.
Right.
This one I do know.
Right. So now what's going on there? It's a way of interpreting these events. How can we put these events together? And I don't think that Nick Campion has necessarily come up with a clear-cut answer. The idea is to, again, observe these facts and see what are the connections, what are the similarities between, the split of the church, the First World War, and, what's happening today.
All right. Can I ask a question again?
Of course.
Here we are. By the way, if you have a question, 241-1310, 241-1310. If you pulled up my horoscope, now you were nice enough to bring me this gorgeous birthday present today. Yes, I'm going to be old come next Wednesday. But if you looked at my horoscope, which is July 5th, 1945, and said to me, or I asked you, what's my daylight going to be tomorrow? Would you be able to do that?
I can give you a very general picture of what the day will be like with a suggestion of something to think about for the day. I can't tell you exactly because I believe that you have a choice. I can say, don't move as fast as you normally do, that kind of thing, because there will be elements that are, perhaps you might move quicker than you need. Something might happen if you move too quickly. You might break a nail or
No, that was yesterday with my ankle. I didn't quite break it, but it's like this. Now, the reason I ask is people look at the daily newspapers, and depending on where you come from, you either read the obits or the horoscope first thing. Now, whether or not you believe it or not, that's another thing. But I'm looking in today's paper, and I don't know who Joyce Jilson is. But her general tendencies for people who were born under my sign, which is Cancer, and Cancer started last week, June 22nd. No rush. Love comes to you when you play it cool. Now, if you looked in your book, would that be the same general tendency you would tell me?
For today?
Yeah, no, for tomorrow. This is for tomorrow.
Oh, for tomorrow.
Yeah, all right, July 5th, 1945. I am not disputing, because I have learned a whole lot about what's going on. And I should tell people who were not with us last week, Mary Michele did my entire astrological chart. And I'm still trying to figure out what it means, but, we went through it somewhat. But here we are looking at what's here, and people rely on this. Is it accurate?
I would say it's as accurate as the weatherman.
Well, do you want to be equated with our astrologers?
Well, I think the original weathermen were astrologers. I mean, I think that this kind of prediction is stuff that it's not so much of having that concrete answer. One should not look for the concrete answer.
You're looking for truth as opposed to fact.
You're looking for fact as opposed to truth.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's the concrete answer will change as everything in life does.
Okay.
It's not going to be exactly what you thought it would be.
All right, we have a caller on the line now. Good morning, Laura from Mount Kisco.
Morning, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, date of birth, October 18th, 1965. October 18th, 1965. Almost the big 3-0 for you, huh?
I'm not too happy about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm 20 years older, so don't feel bad. I'm really upset. Okay, Laura, good morning. What's your question for Mary Michele?
I just feel like there's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now, and I feel kind of confused as to which way I'm going to go. And I just need a little bit of guidance.
October 18th, right?
Right.
You are experiencing what is known as the Saturn return. It's the time that you make a break from all the authority figures that have been in your life up until this point, and it's the time that you have to go out on your own and basically change your patterns. So this is always very difficult to know exactly how you would want to replace, and we do it without even knowing, feelings of security and comfort and so on. Authority figures lots of times will give us that, even if sometimes it's a negative one. So you're at a time when you need to change this. Let's see. Are you working at something in particular right now?
Me and my husband own our own business.
Uh-huh. Is it something to do with design, or what kind of a business is it?
Production, landscaping.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Well, just know that I think the advice that what we've been talking about today a lot, which is this idea of contemplation. This is what you need to do, and certainly if you're involved in landscaping, I think you're given the opportunity to allow yourself to just not think cohesive facts. With Mercury in Scorpio, which is what you have, you're going to want to get to the bottom of things, Venus in Sag, and you would like to do it very philosophically. You'll have fun with it. But this Mercury in Scorpio, it's kind of like having an imp on your back. You're trying to figure out what this is about, and it's not going to be completely clear, except in the area of thinking about authority and security and how those things affect you and how they bother you.
God, you're right on the money. That's exactly what I've been going through.
Okay, any other questions for Mary Michele?
I've been told by a psychic, actually, that next year I'm going to meet someone else. Are you able to tell me that?
Well,
because I don't know if, it seems like we're not sure. I don't know myself if I'm pretty much a newlywed. I don't know if I'm really on the right track with my husband or not. It seems like it's going to be a make or break type of thing with him.
Well, but I think that's because you're probably projecting onto him some of this authority figure problem that you have.
Okay.
So I think you have to get rid of that problem before you move on.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds, you're right on the money.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Laura.
Bye-bye.
Okay, and happy birthday to you a couple of months in advance, but you'll get there. Don't worry. And 30's not that bad an age. When you get on to other ages, it's worse. All right, projection. Here is somebody who mentioned that she had heard from a psychic. There's a Yiddish expression, was is a psychic? What is a psychic? Are these you
have to think of the word psyche. What is the psyche? The psyche is, in some traditions, it's the spirit, and in other traditions, it's the soul. The symbol for it is the butterfly. It is that ephemeral thing that flies around that you can't quite get a hold of. And someone that is a psychic is someone that will tune into that. They will allow themselves to make associations, very free associations. Let me give you an example. On the way here this morning, I was following a truck that was, going very slowly, making wide turns, and I couldn't get around it, and I was very frustrated. Then I sort of decided to look at the truck. The truck was from the state of Kentucky, which is where my mother is from, and it was a Frito-Lay truck. My first commercial, I worked in television in the early 70s, my first commercial was with Lay's potato chips. So I have to believe that somehow I was meant to stop and look and listen to this frustration of that truck, and there is some kind of a benefit in that for me. So that's what it is. It's that kind of association and allowing yourself to think that way, which we can all do. Just some people do it more easily than others and trust it more easily. So you have to trust your intuition is what it's about.
Okay, so that's what that is. Mm-hmm. All right. We're talking to Mary Michele on Meet the VIPs. She is somebody who is an astrologer. And we're going to be back 1 minute away.
Hi, I'm Jerry Lewis, and I'm starring on Broadway in Damn Yankees. I think it's kind of strange that people have gone to all of the trouble of building Disneylands and dream parks, when every night at Damn Yankees, I see our audience getting a rush of excitement and fulfillment they never could ever find at Six Flags. There we are, me, the absolutely perfect performers in the company that go out each show and help me make magic, and the audience, all of us, transmitting all that good stuff to one another, and I ask myself, what do you think this all is? And my answer is simply, I'm having the time of my life. For the first time in my life. This is it for me, and the excitement is beyond explanation. You know, Damn Yankees is about dreams, what dreams are made of. Well, folks, this guy's dream has come true. I'm on Broadway. but only through August. So if you miss me, and I miss you, we'll never get another shot to share this fabulous feeling.
Don't miss Jerry Lewis and Dan Yankees, the hit musical at the Marquee Theater on Broadway, now through August only. Call Ticketmaster 212-307-4100 today.
All right, on the phone with us now is John. Date of birth is November 14th, 1962. Good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, John.
I just had a general question on astrologers in general. Sometimes if you go into Manhattan or you're in some of the bigger cities, you'll see the parlors. You're walking along, it's $20, $30, $40. You go in, they'll look at your palm, they'll tell you your astrology, maybe they'll do the tarot cards. It seems when you get up into Westchester or away from some of the cities, you have people like yourself who seem to be devoted, and this is your job, and it's your life. My question is, how long have you been involved in this, and what got you started? Astrology.
I've been involved with astrology probably 20 years. I became a professional astrologer 3 years ago. It took me a long time to deal with the issues of taking money for this kind of thing. But I believe that in places like, big cities and so on, because it's so intense, people need different kinds of help. Some people will go to Bloomingdale's and buy a new hat. Some people will go to the doctor because they have some kind of an illness that they can't figure out what it is. And even though they're not really sick, just going to the doctor helps them feel better about themselves. And I think other people go to psychologists, astrologers, people that are going to give them new ideas of how to think about themselves. You have a lot of planets in Scorpio, so you are someone that really wants to get to the bottom of things. And
that's true.
Yeah. Are you interested in psychology?
In psychology or astrology?
Either one.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. In fact, I am. I'm anal about a lot of things, so it's true. I really get to the bottom of anything that bothers me. But I can see that up here, like I say, up where I live in Mount Kisco, that people will go to somebody like you because you're here, today, tomorrow, a month from now. And it's just interesting. You walk through the streets of the city, and all of a sudden, you're going to walk in off the street, meet somebody who doesn't really know you, and you're going to part with $40 or $50 or whatever. And it seems like that's a waste, whereas you can probably get a long-term reading or advice from somebody who's going to, get to know you over, either a 6-month or 8-month period, and you can go back and you can follow up with whatever your problems were, or whatever you were trying to find out. And it seems like we're lucky up here to be able to have that.
Yes.
Because, in New York, everything is so fast-paced.
Yeah.
But, so what can you tell me about Scorpio, being that I seem to be Scorpios seem to raise so many eyebrows. Oh, you're a Scorpio,
Well, Scorpio is about life and death. Issues with Scorpio are very intense. It's the sign of death, sex, and taxes. So, as a rule, these are subjects that people don't really like to talk about, but we all have to deal with them, and it's very important to find ways in which to talk about them. So, it's important for you to try to find ways to deal with these issues and talk about them, because they're very, very real. I don't know how much time I have, so
no, you got about 20 seconds. So
okay. Well, just stick with it. Go when you need to get to the root of the bottom of things. Really, Pluto, who was the ruler of Scorpio, the god of the underworld, he was the most powerful god, the god of the dead. But he gave life.
Okay, John, we've run out of time. Mary Michele, want to thank you. You'll be back next week. For the 3 people who are on hold now, all of a sudden the calls came in. We will be back next Friday at 9:05 with Mary Michele here at WVIP in Mount Kisco. Have a great day. Have a Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th to you.
And a very safe week to you. We'll see you next week. Mike Sarnoff with you here at WVIP. Mary Michele joining us every Friday morning. And our forecast, partly sunny today, afternoon showers possible, 80 to 85 degrees. Stay tuned now for ABC Information Radio News. Right after that, Lee Maribald till 12 noon at 1310 WVIP Mount Kisco.